how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. My name is Mels, and today we're going to be talking about a few new products. Well, these are newish to the makeup scene, but they are definitely new to me. Talking about the Makeup by Mario blush, we have the MAC new palettes, and this is not very new, but I want to try this Rare Beauty skin tint. So this is what we're going to be testing today. If this sounds good to you, please remember to subscribe, like, and comment. But without further ado, let's get into the makeup. I've tried already a few of these items, so I will also be giving you some feedback about them. But let's start with the eyes. So MAC Cosmetics recently, they basically updated their makeup libraries, art libraries, not sure how they were called, which were a collection of eyeshadow palettes that had different themes. Like there was a rainbow one, a colorful one, a neutral one, a warm toned one, and they took these, they reformulated, at least that's what they say that these shadows are now more pigmented, and they also came out with a few new these are not quads, these are like six eyeshadow pans. I did not try the original formula for the art libraries, but I have these new ones, and I'm already going to tell you, these are pigmented. I'm not sure how much more pigmented they are than the original formula. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow primer. I put this on not because I need that eyeshadow longevity, but because I want to color correct my lids. As I mentioned, I have here with me this is the Future Flame eyeshadow palette. This is the warm toned one, looks like this, very pretty. Then we have the Unfiltered Nudes, which I guess it's one of the most sought after. This is the Unfiltered Nudes. It has a great variety of neutral, and there are some that look more warm. There also are these sandy tones that look very nice. And then I have two small palettes. One was gifted to me, I'm not that crazy. This is the Encrypted Kryptonite. It's very cool toned, and this is the Embedded in Burgundy. I think today we're going to be playing with the two big ones, so we're going to be mixing some shades from them. I'm not sure how pigmented the original art libraries were, but these are pretty pigmented. I feel like they are very good quality, but after all, it's MAC Cosmetics, so we are a bit expecting good quality from MAC at this point. So I'm going to be starting with this neutral beigey brown, I don't know, and I'm applying this in my crease. This is very neutral. And as I was saying, I already played with these. I have to admit, it's the only thing I'm reaching for these days. It is also because I have multiple variations of this palette, so I have a lot of choice, you know? So whatever I want to do, I can do. But these are nice. Like, the blend is seamless, the colors, there's a color combo for every type of person out there. The only thing I would say is these are quite expensive. I lived in the UAE, so these are actually more expensive. So one palette of these is like 80 USD. I'm not sure why. Why can't they keep the prices consistent? But I purchased these from the US, and they are like $54 each, the big ones, and the smaller ones are like $35, which I think it's kind of pretty standard pricing for MAC Cosmetics, but just saying, so if you want multiple, you have to commit, because the price is there. It's definitely there. I want to go a bit deeper with these chocolatey brown here, and I think then we will go into the other warm palette. So I'm putting this in the other V. There are a few shades here that remind me of the In-Dash palette. I have the second one that came out, I think it's called Monochromance. A few shades here remind me of that, but I would say that the blend on the In-Dash palette is even better. It's even more seamless because In-Dash's colors are meant to also be used on the face, so they are also face powder, so they're very, very smoothing on the skin. So sometimes I like to pick up that palette just to go over my eye look and just blend everything even better. So I do prefer that formula to this, but this is very nice. This is very nice, and yeah, a few shades like these two I use. I think you have in the In-Dash palette as well. I really like these palettes. I love what they did with the packaging. Like the theme is very, very well represented in the packaging. Like this makes me think of a sandy desert, and these are definitely desert tones with some yellow hues and neutrals. So I really like these, and they aren't as bulky as I thought. Going into the Future Flame palette, I'm going into this brown here, which is called, I think it's called La Vida Mocha, and I remember because I really like the name. La Vida Mocha sounds like a good life, if you know what I mean. So I'm picking this up with my finger and I'm just applying this here. All the shimmers in these palettes are shimmers. They're not metallic. And yeah, so they aren't gonna give you that textured, shiny, glittery look that some palettes have. There's not a lot of texture here. You either have mattes or you have shimmers. But they are really pretty. They do give a sheen to the eye. And you know, you don't always want to have a glittery look. So in these days, actually, I do prefer more satiny shades than glitters. I feel like they look more elegant. Just going over the edges to make sure everything is smooth. The white shade here is more like a gold, so I don't want that in my inner corner. So from this nudes palette, I will pick up, what am I going to pick up? This one here, which is a very, very satiny shade. It's not meant to be a shimmer like the other ones are. This is just a satin. I'm happy that we are hearing more from MAC finally. I feel like they fell off a bit. You know, people, yeah, you have some staples in MAC Cosmetics, like the Fix Plus, the Stack Mascara. There are some good products. Finally, we are hearing more about them with this collection. I'm not going to be doing the rest of my eyes for now. I want to go into my foundation first. And I'm testing the Positive Light skin tint from Rare Beauty. This is in the shade 10N, so it's supposed to be neutral. And this is a bit tinier than I expected. This contains 30 milliliters, while my usual ColourPop skin tint contains 47, so this has less product. But let's see, I will just put some on my hands. I like the dropper, by the way, it's very cute. I'm applying it with my sponge. Seems to be a bit more pale than I expected, but honestly it is a good match for me. I am just usually very red on my face, so it looks like it's contrasting a bit, but I don't bask in the sun. It's July. I haven't even took a dip in the ocean and just been home. I like the smell. It's very clean. I did go out a bit these days because my family came over to visit, so maybe that I took a tiny bit of sun, just a tiny bit, because of course I was wearing sun protection. This seems to have more coverage than my ColourPop skin tint actually. So this is definitely more coverage, and it is emphasizing a bit my drying patches, but I need to exfoliate. Let's be honest here. It's not the foundation fault. I know I haven't been doing my skin homework, so that's on me. I will keep working on the eyes. Basically, I'm going back with the same shades, the mattes I used in my lid, and just defining my lower lash line. By the way, am I the only one that hyperfixates on things? Like, if I am thinking about something, there's a problem, a issue, anything, you bet I am 24 hours, 24/7 thinking about that. That's not nice. I don't know how people conduct their lives without just crumbling for the weight of their thoughts. My wings are a bit wonky today, but I am wonky today, so it's fine. This eyeliner was gifted to me from Sephora because I think I got to the black status here in the Sephora UAE. So they just gifted me this, and it's very handy because you have both a pencil and a liquid eyeliner. I like it. Will I be purchasing it again? No, because I don't spend over $20 for an eyeliner. That's just one thing I'm not willing to pay for. Not my day with the eyeliner. I just accept it and move on. Let me apply some mascara and then we'll try the new Makeup by Mario products. So eyes are done. I'm going to be applying the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer in the shade Light. This is not new, but it is new to me, as I already mentioned. If I can open it. This is the shade. The texture is very balmy. If you touch it with your fingers, I think like melting balm. It's a melting balm. That's what the formula is, and this will help me look less ghastly. I tried this. I like this. I do think it is very, very soft, very easy to blend. It's not orangey, which is perfect because if you have fair skin like me, you know that you probably shy away from bronzers. I usually do. I almost never use bronzers, so this I like. It is warmer. It is warm. It's not a cool tone bronzer, otherwise it wouldn't really be a bronzer. It would be a contour, but it is not so warm that, you know, you look like an orange. So Mario says that you can use this to make your complexion look better, so I'm also using a bit here on my cheeks, just the tiniest bit, and going over my forehead a bit. And here we go. I really like this, but this has the same problem the blush has, which we will now get into. So I got the Soft Pop Plumping Blush Veil. First of all, why plumping? It's not plumping. Maybe because it looks glossy on your skin, so it looks like you know, like your cheeks are more prominent, but it's not. It doesn't have a plumping formulation from what it doesn't tingle, you know, like a plumping lip gloss. This is in the shade Barely Blushing because it looked the more neutral in the swatches, so the best for my skin. Well, of course, other shades would have worked too, but I prefer neutral shades. It is still a bit pink. And this is the exact same formulation as the bronzer. Everybody's talking about this. I'm a bit late on this. who cares? Everybody has their time. And this is how it looks on me. It's very, very natural. It looks like a natural flush. But as for the bronzer, my skin eats this. It eats this. Like after 1 hour of having this, it's not as prominent as it is now. And at first I was a bit disappointed because, you know, what's the point of having a blush if it just disappears, and you may have to set it for it not to go away, or you have to go with a powder blush. In that case the color would change. But wearing a bit more times, I feel like while yes, my skin does eat it, I still finish the day like with a touch of rosiness that looks very, very natural. Like now it does look natural, but it is freshly applied. Like it does look like I put on makeup. At the end of the day, I would look like I just, you know, had something to drink and was a bit flushed. That's the effect it gives. So I have come to like this quite a lot, actually. It does leave a very glossy finish, and that's why I think they called it plumping, because it looks like you have juicy cheeks. And your hair will get stuck to it. Not like the Jones Road Miracle Bomb, that's the maximum level of stickiness you can expect, but it will get stuck, you know? Yeah, it does get stuck. But I'm willing to accept because the color is very nice, and I like it being so natural. I think for the summer it's the best I can have, like not to look too powdery and made and done up. For the lips, I'm just doing my usual lip combo. This is the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in wherever walnut, and the Chanel Rouge Coco Balm in Natural Charm. Honestly, so far, the balms I like to wear the most are the Chanel ones. I do have the Summer Fridays as well, but they are not as pigmented. And while I think that the Chanel balms are more like a sheer lipstick than a balm, I enjoy the sheer color they give. They feel also nice on the lips. And here's the finished look. It's not, okay, the eyes are not very summery, I do recognize that. They are bronzy. I feel like summer is when people love bronzes the most. A very quick roundup. I love these MAC Cosmetics palettes. I've been reaching for them a lot. I do recommend them if you find a color story that you particularly like. Makeup by Mario, I like these. I wish they lasted a bit longer, but they leave a very natural flush at the end of the day. Actually after a few hours, but that's what makes me reach for them. Skin tint, Rare Beauty, I have to try it yet. This is just freshly applied. So far it doesn't look very radiant. I thought it would be more radiant, but I know sometimes the glowiness comes a bit later, so I will have to see how this wears. But that's it for today. I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did, please remember to like, subscribe. We are growing and I appreciate every and each one of you watching my videos, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!